Hola, mi amors. All right, let's make sure that we're here. Hey, guys. So, day 2 of week 2 of our online class. So happy to see you today. We're going to continue with the work that we were doing before of adding and subtracting fractions. So, here's our objective. Students will be able to write equivalent fraction, addition, and subtraction statements. So, I want to do a quick review on some of our vocabulary. So the first part is numerator, denominator. Remember, numerator is the number of parts we have, el número de partes que tiene, pues que son sombreado o colorado. And the denominator is the total parts in the whole. So here's our whole. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Hay cinco partes en un entero. Also, common denominators. Here we have different denominators con partes diferentes. Y aquí hay common denominators. So here we have common denominators. They are the same. Two new pieces. First is equivalent fractions. So equivalent fractions son fracciones que son equivalentes. So fractions that are equal in quantity. So look here, 1/3, 2/6, 4/12, different numbers, but the same amount. So cantidad es la misma, pero los números son diferentes. And finally, equivalent fraction statements. Right here, you see that we've done some multiplication. So here is the first fraction, here is the second fraction, and here is the multiplication that's helping us go from one fraction to the other. If you're feeling confused, so if you don't remember the equivalent fractions, so si estás confundido, it's very important. Send me an email. Hold on a second. I want to make sure you can send me an email. My email. Send it to me. Otherwise, what I want you to do is to follow along with me. So again, today's lesson, this objective, we're writing equivalent fraction, addition, and subtraction statements. That means that we're going to have common denominators, and we're going to be looking at fraction statements like this. In today's lesson, you will need a multiplication chart. This is attached right here. It should look like this. You are also going to need this program. This program, este programa, está acá, and it looks like this. And finally, you will need pencil and paper, just like I have here. I see that you need all three things. Pause, get those three things now. Good. All right, guys, I am excited because we are going to continue with yesterday's thinking. Now, remember we had this problem, 1/4 and 1/2. I already gave you the answer, didn't I? 1/4 plus 1/2. And we know we couldn't combine these parts because the parts weren't equal. Take a moment right now and try to solve this problem on your own. You can use the pencil and paper. Hold on a second. I realize you might not see me. Pencil and paper. Or you can use the program here. This is the first one that should pop up. So take a moment, try to solve this problem, and pause the video. Great. This should be the answer that you're finding, 6/8. Now, the thing that I want us to be able to do from here is to think about how we came to this answer. And so the way that I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to refresh. I'm going to bring it all the way back to where it was before. So, como antes, 1/2. We know that the answer is going to be 6/8. But I actually want us to, ooh, look at that. I don't know why this is working this way. I apologize, guys. Let's actually do a new problem. So looking here, 5/8 and 1/4. I know that what I need to be able to do is to be able to get these two numbers to have the same size piece. So I look and I see, oh, this is eighths and this is fourths. I'm going to try to move the fourths until I need to stop. 1/4, Look at that. The first time it worked, it was the eighths. So I want us now to try to think about what just happened. Our problem was asking us to do this. Hope that this is actually a good way to write it down. I want you to have written down what I'm writing down on your paper. So if you have paper and pencil, write this down. Okay? Your paper should look like this. And now what I want you to do is to think, you to do is to think, what did we do? ¿Qué pasó a estos números? What happened to these numbers? Well, esa, the first, didn't change. But our second one did. It started at 1/4, comienza acá, and then we divided this, we split this up until it was in its second overall piece. It was the second way it could split up. These weren't good, no good, nope, good, nope, 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 second. And so what that actually means is that this part was being split up. I want us to show this on our page and to see the way that we would actually record this. So here we know 5/8 is the same. It didn't change, no cambia. And so I can write that here, 5/8. 1/4, though, was split up not the first way, but the second. So it was split twice and twice, which meant that it equaled 2/8. Now, I just want to just double check to make sure that that's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop over here, 5/8, 2/8. Look at that. Same exact thing as we saw up here. That means our total, 5 plus 2, is 7/8. I go over here, boop, 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 move this all the way over, make sure it represents 7. Well done, 7/8. Great. I want to now try this for another part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up my page, and I want everybody, if they can, to have at least room for a second part right here for the next problem. So adding fractions, I'm going to try a new problem. So now we have sixths and sevenths. First thing I'm going to do is write out the equation right here. Pause and write out the equation yourself. It should look like this. Si no tienes todavía, pausa el video y escriba como así. If you don't have this, pause the video, write this down. Now, I need to see how many times I'm going to split 1/6 so that it equals something that will work with 1/7. So I'm going to go, okay, 1/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hold on. The first time it split, it was 2/12. Okay, I'm going to continue here. So I'm going to see right now, can I get sevenths to 12ths? Nope, doesn't work. All right, I'm going to split the sixth again. So that was the second time. I'm going to just, for my own thinking, I'm just going to kind of write down how many times I've done this. So I'm going to have written, okay, there's 6 and then there's 12. But that didn't actually work. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, 18. Great. I'm going to write down here 6, 12, and now 18. Now let's see. What do I need to do? Think. What needs to be done next? ¿Qué necesita hacer próxima? Right. I need to see Can the sevenths be split into 18ths? Let's try. Oh, I skipped over 14th. That one worked. 16th, 18th. Nope, still doesn't work. Okay, let's try it again. 18, next one. Dun, 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 dun. 24. Gonna write that down. That's the fourth time I've had to split it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. The seventh split up into 24ths. So what's it? 21. Interesting. 7, 14, 21. That sounds like multiplying, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, 21 works, but 24 doesn't work. Okay, next one. 24, 25, 26. Okay, I got it to 30. Now let's check down here. Does this work into 30? I'm going to write down my 30. Check over here. And I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep guessing and checking. No, 30 doesn't work. Okay, let's try one more. Let's see if we can move this all the way to the next one. 6 out of 36. Wow. Okay. Nope, 36 doesn't work. And finally, we have 42 and 42. Wow. Okay. 42 works for both, which means that down here, I'm going to split this value all the way up into 40 seconds. Ooh. Hope that's right. Oh, it says out of 42. Perfect. And now what I want to write down is how many times I actually had to split to get 40. So I actually took notes here for the sixes. And you notice I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I would write here 1/6 times 7 over 7, which equals 7 over 42. Now remember, 6 times 7, if I forgot it, you can go here and use this. 6 times 7. Oh, interesting. And the other one, this one here actually didn't count. So I'm going to go back. I need to end at 42. So I know right here, it needs to end at 42 because that's how big these pieces are. But now my question is, how many times did I need to split it? So let's check. Let's go all the way back to where it started, 1/7. Okay, let's count. That was the first one. And the second one. Nope, that wasn't right. And the third one. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Interesting. So that means here I had to split everything 6 times. Means that up here I should have written. And then 1 times 6 is 6 over 40. Now, really quickly, add those together on your page. You should have gotten the correct answer, which was 13 out of 42. Excellent, my dears. Now, I want you, for your practice, to try working with this as well. I want you on level 2 to be able to solve any of the problems that you see. The way, la manera que puedo ver que tú puedes hacerla is not to do the screenshot like before, but instead to write down here the answer to 2 problems. Your page should look like this. To 2 problems. Then I want you to take a picture of that work and then attach it and send it to me. So remember, 2 problems. You're going to solve both of them here, 1 and 2, on a problem like this, where you show me all 3 parts. The first fraction, how much it was being multiplied by, and the final fraction with your sum for 2 problems. Excellent, guys. Go start that now. Get those submitted into me. Good luck.